I'm really hoping that she doesn't drop her lawsuit.
Well, why would she?
Because she's on a false victory tour.
They are going to use all the explosives that they have.
Blake Lively is spiraling as Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, delivers a brutal counterstrike that leaves her latest legal maneuver in shambles. The courtroom gloves are off, and Lively's losing ground fast.
Why is she suddenly abandoning those two most pertinent claims?
They can come up with on, I think it's June 23rd or something like that, which is the deadline.
Sure, Blake Lively may have celebrated a small courtroom win, but Brian Friedman isn't just sipping tea, he's boiling over with precision. With the June 23rd hearing looming, is this the final act of Hollywood's Golden Girl, or just another scene in her carefully controlled narrative?
Obviously, Blake Lively's team does what they always do, and they accuse them of engaging in a publicity stunt, saying they don't need this. They want the motion to be completely squashed.
The legal feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has hit a sensational peak, and let's not pretend it's civil. Baldoni's legal team is swinging hard, and they're landing blows that are cracking through Lively's once impenetrable image.
In this, and you will then be compelled to share this information.
Blake Lively, long admired for her poise and polish, is finding herself pinned in a courtroom saga that's gone far beyond legal lines. The real story? The slow public unraveling of a Hollywood illusion she spent years constructing.
What's going on here? What does he say? Why is he suing them?
Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's no-nonsense legal bulldog, is tearing into Blake Lively's defense with unrelenting force. In this courtroom war, there are no scripts, no retakes, and Lively may be running out of lines.
Justin has hit Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and her publicist Leslie Sloan with a $400 million lawsuit.
Brian Friedman just escalated the stakes with a staggering $400 million defamation lawsuit against Blake Lively. And this isn't just about harsh words. It's about what Friedman calls a calculated smear campaign designed to obliterate Justin Baldoni's career and reputation.
How she goes back and forth a lot, and how she is like so happy and so like she doesn't care in photos, going on red carpets on SNL, baking donuts, and then the next moment it's like, oh, she's sad and she regrets things, and then the next moment she's like, oh no, she's carrying this burden for all the other victims out there.
Blake Lively's allegations of harassment and retaliation during the It Ends With Us production sent shockwaves through the media. Headlines crowned her a courageous survivor, but the story may not be as clean-cut as it first appeared.
As well, an intimacy coordinator has weighed in and has said that she thinks that Blake trusted Justin at one point.
But Brian Friedman didn't just deny the claims, he launched a legal offensive. His lawsuit paints Lively's accusations as part of a deliberate, strategic takedown. According to him, this isn't just defamation. It's deeply personal.
Adam Monsheen, who appeared alongside Blake Lively in It Ends With Us, claims the movie star mischaracterized their scene together in her bombshell sexual harassment lawsuit against Justin Baldoni.
Friedman's lawsuit goes further than name-clearing. He accuses Lively of orchestrating a larger scheme to sabotage Baldoni's career for her own gain. In his telling, she didn't just lie, she weaponized her platform.
Mr. Reynolds was a key player in the scheme, defaming Justin around Hollywood, strong-arming WME, their agency, into dropping Justin as a client and trying to destroy Justin's career however possible.
I was blocked by Ryan Reynolds, yes. Predator Pool himself blocked me. I don't know when he blocked me. I don't know if it's when I exposed on X what happened with his daughter in Deadpool and that abhorrent things that they made her do.
At the center of Friedman's explosive claim is a $400 million figure. What he says Lively's accusations have cost Baldoni in career damage. In Hollywood, reputation is currency, and Friedman argues hers destroyed his.
Baldoni will still have to defend himself against her SH claim and retaliation and the smear campaign.
But Friedman isn't stopping at defamation. He alleges Lively used her insider clout, enlisting elite Hollywood power players, including WME clients, to spin a narrative and isolate Baldoni. This case isn't just legal anymore. It's a high-stakes war for public perception.
Now we're seeing that bullies are protected legally to do whatever they want, and the legal system will continue and aid them in victimizing you. The court has invited us to amend 4 out of the 7 claims against Ms. Lively, which will showcase additional evidence and refined allegations.
As Brian Friedman prepares to file his amended complaint by June 23rd, the pressure is sky high. He's already hinted that more explosive evidence is on the way, and it's clear he's not backing down. With each new filing, Blake Lively's polished narrative is starting to fray at the seams.
Understand why the law was done, but when you think about it, like, you can just, this is how people can get ahead. They can just threaten somebody and say, I will claim that you tried to sexually harass me if you don't do what I want, which is essentially what happened in this case, what I believe and what most people believe.
So negative press swirled around her during this whole, like, a month, right? Later, she would describe this as though it was the pile-on against Trump. Honestly, it's like, most of us, especially in Republican politics or the news, this is called Tuesday for us.
Let's talk timing. Lively's allegations surface just as It Ends With Us hit a wall with creative and financial issues. Coincidence? Friedman doesn't buy it. He's implying this was a calculated PR move to deflect blame and protect her brand.
It's just deranged. It's nonsensical. Like, fire the whole PR team. It's dumb.
Here's where the heat kicks in. While Lively's team leaned into emotional appeals and press sympathy, Baldoni's legal side came armed with hard evidence. And when it comes to courtroom battles, facts tend to speak louder than headlines.
Is what I assume actually happened. And for you to do the opposite and just imply, again, more toxic crap and negativity about anything this man does must have been to seek pleasure. I mean, you were so full of yourself.
And those facts aren't flattering for Blake. According to insiders, Lively struggled to back up her claims with concrete evidence. Courtroom witnesses say her confidence cracked under pressure, especially when Friedman presented key exhibits that visibly rattled her.
How manipulative she's been. How she's trying to rewrite the history of it all.
Even the media's tone is shifting. Outlets like People magazine, once quick to frame Lively as triumphant, are now urging caution. They've pointed out that 4 of Baldoni's 7 claims are still alive and very much in play.
It's been a day since the news of Justin. All cases been dismissed. But
Lively may have toasted the dismissal of Baldoni's initial complaint, but Friedman is far from finished. He's set to refile by June 23rd with new allegations, this time focusing on alleged threats from WME clients and Lively's on-set behavior. If Friedman's past filings are any clue, the next round will be explosive.
Power couple Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and actor and director Justin Baldoni. The plot of this lawsuit is actually more interesting, I believe, than the film that they made.
Now let's talk fallout. Courtrooms aren't just for justice, they're battlegrounds for celebrity image. And Lively's once pristine reputation is showing serious cracks. Salma Hayek, one of her powerful allies, is under scrutiny for possible favoritism, and Lively's sister Robin just raised eyebrows by joining Memo to sell personalized videos. With that kind of money in the family, the move feels odd, and the optics couldn't be worse.
To remember, Blake Lively has ruined Justin Baldoni's legacy.
Justin Baldoni's legal approach has been calculated, almost surgical. Brian Friedman's precise blend of legal finesse and hard evidence has steadily shifted public opinion. The once perceived perpetrator is now being reframed as a casualty of Hollywood's manipulative inner workings, a narrative striking a chord with those fed up with the industry's double standards.
I do understand why it was dismissed.
What started as a legal skirmish has become a cultural flashpoint. Baldoni isn't just fighting to clear his name, he's taking aim at the hypocrisy of a system that rewards performative activism while silencing dissent. Meanwhile, Blake Lively's composure is cracking under Friedman's relentless pressure. With June 23rd approaching, the question looms. Will her carefully manufactured image survive? Or are we watching the unraveling of a Hollywood fairy tale in real time?
It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did.
Baldoni's countersuit wasn't a defense. It was a declaration of war. He didn't walk into court to play nice. He came with receipts, a sharpened narrative, and a clear message. You want a fight? I'll give you one.
Anybody can just make false accusations and it's covered by privilege, and your whole life can be destroyed, and the legal system will just give a big F you.
At the center of Baldoni's legal counterattack is a bold accusation that Lively's claims weren't just false, but exaggerated with intent, engineered to derail his career. This, he alleges, was media manipulation at its most cynical. And, behind the scenes, a network of WME clients allegedly working in tandem to control the narrative and crush his reputation.
Basically, Blake Lively got all the headlines, the sympathy, and she got to tell the narrative before Justin Baldoni even got a chance to respond.
Baldoni's legal team went further, casting him not as a celebrity in crisis, but as a man standing up to Hollywood's most powerful machinery. The countersuit wasn't just about clearing his name, it was about reclaiming dignity in an industry obsessed with illusion. His message? You don't get to erase me with spin and silence.
Blake Lively didn't win. Justin just couldn't prove defamation. It's a huge distinction.
Then things really got spicy. Enter Brian Friedman, Baldoni's legal powerhouse. If this courtroom battle were a war zone, Friedman wasn't just on the front lines, he was the heavy artillery, and he came loaded.
Justin Baldoni's lawyer breaks silence on Blake Lively's false victory after his lawsuit is dismissed.
Brian Friedman had one mission: shred Blake Lively's credibility into confetti, and he delivered. He didn't just poke holes in her claims, he dropped courtroom bombshells that left jaws on the floor. What was once her narrative quickly unraveled into a chaotic mess.
Justin Baldoni's lawyer said they will move forward with the same confidence that we had when Miss Lively and her cohorts initiated this battle.
One of Friedman's most devastating moves, exposing glaring inconsistencies in Lively's timeline. Nothing lined up. Incidents lacked corroboration, witnesses were MIA, and the dots simply didn't connect. Friedman even teased evidence so, damning it could flip the entire case. The courtroom buzzed with tension, while Lively's team looked like they'd just seen a ghost.